कुछ ऐसी कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं जो मुझे लगता है एवरी एस्पिरेंट, if each aspirant has those qualities, I think it makes it much easier for you to crack the exam. It makes the journey a lot simpler, as compared to the entire grind that you have to go through. I think that is probably the difference between. Of course, I think there is there's some element of luck, of course, in cracking the exam. I personally feel there is. I'm sitting here. A large part of the credit goes to how lucky I am. But I think it is also very important to understand that there are certain inherent qualities. If you are able to learn those or imbibe those in your character, that will really help you into cracking this exam, or at least not be intimidated by the entire process of this exam. So, like for example, I think every aspirant needs to, like I have already said, that once you start out in the journey, you need to have a very clear frame of mind as to what exactly you want to achieve, how you want to achieve once you clear the exam. So the journey has to be planned, not just till the time the exam is cleared and you go to the academies and you get a good rank and you become an officer, and then you have no plan. So I have seen a lot of people who only have plans till the time they clear the exam, and after that they're completely lost in the field. So it may be true, you are fortunate to clear the exam, but probably you are not suitable to be in the service. Like this is not the life you imagined for yourself, and that is simply because you have not given it a proper thought. You have not sat down with yourself and you have not given it a proper thought as to what you wanted to do and why you wanted to, why you wanted to become a civil servant, why you wanted to choose a particular service. So if you do not have that clarity of mind, then it might become a bit difficult for you. You may be lost when you go to the field, in that particular job, when you're sitting in that chair. So that clarity of mind has to be there, and that will simply come to you if you give it a little thought about what exactly you want to do and how you want to do once you clear the exam. So that thought process has to go way beyond your journey of clearing the exam, and how you wanted to see yourself as a civil servant, how you want to see yourself as an officer, what exactly will constitute your own success in your own eyes as an officer, So that clarity of mind has to be there, and I think that will make things much easier for you. You will suddenly start looking at things in a much better, much different perspective as compared to what you were doing earlier. So I think that is one advice that I have for the aspirants. Apart from that, I think it is very well understood that this particular exam, it's very uncertain, So you may be brilliant, you may be super intelligent as to what is being taught, you may be aware of everything that is happening around you, you are super dedicated also. But what quality really gets tested here is your perseverance, is your commitment, is your how adaptable, how you are handling the adversity around you. Like, how are you able to handle the failure? What is your reaction in pressure times? What is your reaction to difficulty? So that is the foremost quality which is being tested there, So you have to be prepared for the worst. I always tell aspirants that this whole preparation journey, even the training in academy, it's always all of it is done by UPSC as well as the academy to prepare you for the field, So if you have that kind of perseverance, if you have that kind of commitment to your cause, why you want to become a civil servant, and then you stick to it, if you put in enough hard work with enough dedication, then you will eventually end up becoming a really, really good officer in the field. But the point is, you have to be motivated enough to get through that phase of disappointment. Patience is another quality which is very, very important. For example, so a lot of us, like even in my batch, I think 70% of the officers were there who took more than one attempt to clear the exam. I think probably 80% of them. And that simply says that it's not easy. Like, it's a journey of an entire year, right? You keep on preparing, and ultimately you will see that you missed out by a mark or two, and that is the biggest disappointment in your life. But you know that you have to keep yourself going, and that really tells you about the quality of being patient. You have to be patient with your own self. You have to be patient with your own with your expectations about your own self. कि आप अपने आप से क्या चाहते हो, वो कब कितने समय में पूरा होना चाहिए, उस पर कोई डेडलाइन नहीं होनी चाहिए. You need to give yourself more time. When you go into the field, I think एक quality है जो सबसे ज़्यादा important है, and I think which really keeps you in good stead is being accessible to the people. मतलब बहुत सारी चीज़ें लोग बोलते हैं कि आपको अच्छा लिसनर होना चाहिए, आपको हैंड्स ऑन होना चाहिए, आपको सेंसिटिव होना चाहिए, सब कुछ होना चाहिए. ऑल दिस थिंग्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट, बट आई थिंक द बिगेस्ट क्वालिटी दैट अ गुड ऑफिसर हैज़ इज बीइंग एक्सेसिबल. So I think that is very, very important to understand, and one of the biggest qualities of an administrator, I think, is being accessible, irrespective of the office that you are holding. But listening to people, helping them out, and being accessible really helps in the job itself.